What is going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate it. We got round 2 of Assault on Doomrock. It's going to be a good one. I am playing with slightly tweaked rules. In the first game, I played the standard way. You start with 2 coin in the adventure phase, and then you don't start with any tokens here. This time, in an effort to kind of address my, not complain about the game, but something that I would like to do more, which is the fun stuff of leveling up, getting more items, rolling more dice. In an effort to do more of that, I'm going to try to make some slight changes here. I know there is some errata, not errata, but I think an FAQ where the designer laid out some, you could change up some things around if you found the game too hard. So I didn't look at any of those changes, so I just kind of went with something I think could really help out. So instead of starting with 2 coin, we're going to start with 4, and then I'm also going to start with each character having a shield and a heroism token. We're going to try this. I could very well lose these tokens by the end of the adventure phase, but I think starting with 4 coins, at least we know one hero is going to be leveled up. So any future coins that we get is going to go to the next hero, and as well as hopefully getting at least an item per character. That's the hope. That's the whole goal. And, you know, again, in an effort to just, I really like the mechanics. The game is hard, but I think with just some minor tweaks, I think you could really, you know, if you like the game, you like the mechanics, but you just find it's too hard, you can't do enough. And that was kind of my thing, is that I wanted to do more. I liked a lot of the stuff that I was doing. I like exploring. I like the whole adventure phase, you know, the actions that you're performing, as well as the battle. I like the choices that it brings, you know, which ability are you going to use, so on and so forth. But I want to do more of that stuff. I want to roll more of the dice. I want more abilities. I want more items, without making it too easy. And too easy in this game, I think that'd be kind of hard to do. But so in an effort to be able to do that more, we're going to make some slight changes. Another good suggestion on the last video was, I forget the person that suggested it, but I think it was a great idea, was just start with double the amount of time tokens. You know, in your first few games, double that amount. What's cool about that is it'll allow you to explore the adventure phase more, to perform more actions. You'll have more time so that you can get more coins, get more items and stuff like that. So I think that's a great idea as well. But I do encourage you, if you kind of watch the game, you like what you see, but, you know, you hear people say it's too hard, you know, yada, yada. I think this is a super easy game to just make some really small changes to get to that point where you want to be. So that's what we're trying today. That's what we're trying to find out. So with that being said, let's start off. Let's start shuffling, and then we will get right into it. We got Tim. Good luck with the stream, sir. Tim, thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Hope you're having a good night, Tim. I don't think I did take out, the only thing I removed from last time was the shadows. We played that in the last game. I'm going to do something similar with the characters. I'm still keeping the rogue and the hunter. If I draw them both, I will randomly choose who I get out and then bring a new character in. So we're definitely not going to play with both of them this time. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. We're keeping everything else the same. But again, I did mention we're starting with 4 coins, shield, and a heroism token for each person. And we took out the shadows. Yeah, and that's the only thing, man. Like, this huge deck of items. There are so many items in this game. If you play with 2 coins to start, and hopefully you get enough to level up, I don't know. I feel like some games you might not be able to explore many items at all. And it's kind of a shame with being such a big deck of items. I just feel like that's what I want to do. So we're trying to find that sweet spot. And out here playing games to get oh man, I'm not both of you and Rufus, just instigators, man. I tell you, get out of here. Also, I will say while I'm shuffling, let's draw these quick, and then I'll talk about that. Let's see. Let's get this one. Grumbling and Stinky. Okay. I will also say, if you guys like the video, you like what I do here, please give the video a like. Seriously helps out the video and the channel. If you're not subscribed, think about subscribing. Do a lot of playthroughs. I'm mixing it up with more discussion videos, top 10 lists, stuff like that. More of that stuff is coming soon. And if you do want to support the channel even more, I have a Patreon page. You get access to the Discord. We have a great time. It's very active. It's a lot of fun. If you don't know, try it out. If you don't like it, that's perfectly fine. But I think you will. So, and thank you to all my Patreon supporters. It does really mean a lot. So let's shuffle these. Let's get our characters out here. All right, let's see. I'm really trying for the Elementalist. He's got that like huge hammer. Viking and the Warrior. Viking and the Warrior. All right. Viking and the Warrior. Let's put these here. Let's get our ability cards. I'll tell you, that monk. The monk looks really cool as well. All right. Viking is over here. But we do have these lasers, which is... These things are pretty fun, I'm not going to lie. And then we got melee strike and tank for the Warrior. Okay. Let's get our chips. Let's do right here. All right, sweet. So the characters are done. Let's shuffle this deck up a little bit. Waiting for my late pledge, late pledge of this to arrive. That's awesome, Jason. Yeah, that's super cool. Where did you get it from? Did you get it from GameFound? Did you order it from there, or did you like? I know Game Steward had some. I think I saw some on eBay too. Oh, you did say you late pledge. Okay, so it was from GameFound. Okay, that's very cool, man. Did you get all like the bling as well, playmat, chips? It's not needed. I'm just curious. Glad to see your renewed vigor with streaming, man. Yeah, man. I've I wanted to get back into it, man. I will always love gaming, yeah, but there was that little time there where I was just like, oh man, streaming at 9. But yes, something has just been renewed. So we'll see how long it's gonna last, but I think I'm just sticking to it, man. Just sticking to it. Taking it week by week. It's been fun. It has definitely been fun. And I will say on that note, I think one of these got turned around, is that on that note, I wanted to say I got it out today. Very excited. I think this is about good, but I'll show you. I wanted to show it on the channel. Not this one's turning around too. Not this week, because Friday is going to be Marvel Zombies, Clash of Sinister 6. And not next week. Next week is pretty much already full. But the week after, I'm going to make it a priority. And Curtis is not going to like this. He's going to take back everything he just said about the streaming. But it is Frosthaven. I got it out, man. Took out the components. I was setting it up. I got the first scenario set up. I was going through the rule book. So this is going to be coming... Again, not next week, but the week after. Gonna start to get some playthroughs of this. Very excited about this. Very excited. It's about time. It's about time. Okay, so we shuffled that. Frodo, what's up, man? How's it going, dude? So this isn't a pirate game. This entire time I thought this was pirates. No, this is not a pirate game, dude. It's not a pirate game. No. Let's see. Yeah, Game Found, all blinged out. Nice, dude. You get the play mat and everything. That's awesome. The extra dice, like the custom dice, which are sweet. Let's see. Patreon cancel. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's cool, man. The chips are so nice. They're so nice, man. Again, not needed, but it gives, as always, it gives that super cool feeling for sure. Boom, looking forward to some Frosthaven. Yeah, man, I'm excited. It sat too long. I don't know how long the unboxing has already been out there. A few months. Crazy. Looking forward to it. I got out the... What was the two starting? The Drifter kind of looked like the Inox, I think it was called, from the first one. Kind of looked like the snow version of that. And then it was like a higher complexity character. It looked like that was one of the little guys. Dang, what was the name of it? I'm forgetting. But really excited. Really excited. Looking forward to it. I was thinking about even playing some digital Gloomhaven again, but with Frosthaven, I don't want to dedicate myself to too much. Okay, let's see. Let's see, Curtis. What besides Everrain? Oh, there it is. I didn't even see your comment. How long is it? Long time. Too long. I know, but it's. I don't know. I don't have an answer. For that. I don't know. I was thinking about getting rid of it though, Curtis. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, whatever, Rain. What are we gonna do with you? It looks cool, but I mean, do I really need it? Huh? Do I really need it? I haven't, Frodo, and I thought about that. I really thought about that. I thought about maybe asking my buddy Tim, if he wanted to play another character so we could get, some co-op stuff. But I was thinking about streaming the digital version. I did notice it does seem like even with playthrough channels, there are some channels that dedicate around playthroughs. When they stream like digital versions, it never does as well as the physical stuff. That's what it seems like to me. Besides, except if it's like the digital version just came out, I think when the Everdell digital version just came out, some people streamed it. It did very well. I'm sure when Gloomhaven, was finally finished, people streamed that. It did well. I think we just got to shuffle this deck and then we're good with our pirate stuff. Well, I guess we got to do this pirate game. Well, you see some skulls, Curtis? Everything with a skull is just a pirate game. Is that how you roll? All right, let's get our card here. All right, we got Sunshine. Camp action, +1 HP, -2 exposure after each travel. Interesting. Let's build our area deck. All right, let's see. Yeah, so next week I'm supposed to be playing a TTS game with Steve from the Co-op Guild. We're going to be streaming Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor. Really looking forward to that. That's going to be on Wednesday. There should be something put out on his channel. I will put out a community post as well, just letting everybody know that. And then I'm thinking about doing a list of some sort. I have to figure out what though. And then one playthrough. I was thinking about 2 playthroughs. We'll see, just to have the 3 videos on my channel. But we'll see. So let's put this here. Let's actually cut this. And we'll put out 1 there. I'm done with that one. Let's see. I was thinking of grabbing Everrain from Curtis. He was not lying. Cover art screams product. Pirates. Yeah, I could see that. It's kind of got the, that skull with some loot, some bounty. Yeah. It looks like some hidden, like on an island, like you're exploring a cave on an island or something like that, going for this skull, Yeah, I could see that. It's too much game for you. Oh, that's a challenge. All right, let's get these 2. I will do 1 and then we'll cut. And get this, and then we'll do that one more time. Put this out. Okay. And we'll do the towns. And I guess I still have to do that. Alright, that's good for this one. Alright. There we go. Let's shuffle this quick. Let's shuffle these together. Oh, let's see. Jason says, love playing Gloomhaven with the wife, but boy, what a bear set up and pulled out. Yeah, man, with no game table. Ooh, where did you play? So I've opted for Tales from the Red Dragon Inn for our next adventure. That's awesome, man. I've heard nothing but good things about that game. That's cool. I'd love to hear what you think about it. I haven't looked into that at all, but again, I've heard good things. Yeah, the whole Gloomhaven thing, you know, and the box is so big, you know, it's deep too, so you really got to like just some things you got to get to the bottom, you got to take everything out. So sometimes it could just be a mess getting everything out and figuring out where everything is, you know, is. So the digital app is just fantastic, man. All right, let's put this here. All right, I think that looks good here. Yeah, for the physical version, I played quite a bit, but only like the first few chapters, like scenarios of Gloomhaven. I started it with my two friends. You know, we each got a character, had a party, went through a few chapters, had a great time. Me and my wife started a campaign, so you know we started over from the beginning. Played a few. We really liked it as well, I should say she did. She liked it as well. And then you know, when they couldn't play, I was like, I still want to play some Gloomhaven, you know, but I can't take over from where the other parties are, so I got to start my own. So then I started a two-character, you know, party from, you know, the beginning as well. So I've played like a bunch of just the first few chapters. But I like it, man. I like the whole system. Played on the coffee table. Man, really? You know what I am going to do, though? I have that terrain I made. I am going to use that for at least one or two scenarios. I'm gonna give it a shot, you know, while I'm doing the playthroughs. I think it's going to look really cool. All of it is, you know, dungeon, you know, with brick walls and stuff like that. I did have some that are like, it's a wooden floor, but you know, so it's not really going to match up with a lot of the terrain from Frosthaven, but I think it's going to be cool anyway. It's just having that whole 3D terrain, and I've actually never played a scenario with it, even though I've had it for, you know, what is it, probably 2 years at this point. So I definitely got to play with it. Regular Red Dragon Inn is a great party game. Okay, cool, cool. All right, so everything is shuffled. Let's get out our token. We are on the town here, item shop. Let's get our tokens out here. Let's put 2 here, 1 here, and 3 over here. Okay, and what shop do we have? So the shop here, we have a common item and an epic item. Okay. All right, so the common item is Helm of the Intoxication. Very nice. It's a beer helmet. That's awesome. Also, I do have the focus on. Let's actually take that off. I don't want it to get it too messed up, because sometimes it's like I've noticed I could, like, the camera could be out of focus and I don't even catch it because I don't look over, and so it's out of focus for like a few minutes. Very annoying. Okay. All right. And then we have Armor of Backflips. Very cool. Use if not engaged, gain 1 shield. Use an initiative phase, move yourself. Whoa, sweet. And for this we gain 1 heroism. Nice, we're like rocking out. Okay. And again, we do have our setting card, which is a camp. Plus 1 HP, minus 2 exposure after each travel. And it says, Sunshine, you would not dare to pass on an opportunity to be lazy during such a nice day like this. All right, I think we are ready to rock. So let's just get started. So we have 7 time, and we got 4 silver, heroism, and shield each. Okay, so what do we want to do? Obviously, we always want coin. What is the reward here? Camp, plus 2 HP. No rewards for clearing these out. Not that great, but what do we got here? After venturing forth or traveling from this area card, add 2 epic items to this shop's inventory. Very interesting. Gain a scout after searching this area, which is really nice. We could check out what the enemy is going to be. Let's see, loot. And I think we even had this the last time. Yeah, we had this the last time. So we can discard up to 3 times. For each time discarded, we gain a loot -1. Okay. If you discarded 3 times, gain 2 coins. So I guess what we could do, and that's going to remove 1. So I guess what we could do, we could go here. That's going to cost a time. We could remove all 3 times. That's 4. We'd only have 3 left. We would get 2 coins. The shop here. Shop costs 1 coin. We could search. Maybe we search right now. But that would also cost a time. Sneak in. So if we smoke the moss, have to pay a time and 2 of these tokens. We can scout. -1 exposure. We gain stealth. And then we could do this. Pay the stealth. We could loot +0. Okay, maybe we actually do that. Maybe we actually do that. I do like these though, but we can still scout over here. And then so if we remove 2 of these, we could also search this location. Yeah, I think I like this one. I think I like this one. Do we want this Helm of Intoxication though? I mean, we do, definitely. But I think we go here. I think we go here. So let's do this. So let's spend 1 time. We'll go over to here. And then plus this is camp, +1 HP, -2 after each travel. But let's do this top one. So we're going to spend a time, remove 2 of these tokens. And we scout. Let's scout the... We could also scout the event deck. So then when we go to search... Let's scout the enemy. Exploding tomatoes. Exploding tomatoes. Okay. Then we gain stealth. Gain stealth. Okay. Then we're going to sneak in. So we pay a stealth. Loot. Let's roll. See what we get. +0. Of course. We get nothing. And then a common item. Okay, Buzzsaw Launcher. Very nice. We need 1 agility. We have 2 strength here. Strength and intelligence. Okay. I guess we could go back to here. We'd get 2 coins. There's nothing at the shop here. We get loot -1. I mean, but what's the 2 coins going to get us? We have 5 left. Spend 1 to go over to here. I guess we were going to search this location. We might actually play with 7 coins next time. Again, my whole goal with this is to at least level up both characters. Find that sweet spot of what's a good enough coin limit or starting value to have, by the time I get into battle, have both characters level up, and then maybe an item or 2. Sometimes the area cards are just going to work out a little bit differently. We could travel forth to see what this has, but we know we have a dedicated 2 coins here. We would get loot as well, but that's just a lot of time. We could also search this, but that costs a time. So if we go over to here, costs 1 time to go over to here, we'd have 4 left. If we spent all 3, we'd only have 1 left. Or we could venture forth. We'd have to roll the peril die twice. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just see what is out there. Let's see what's out there. First, I think we are going to search this area though. So let's get rid of this. We don't get any bonus. Okay, Psycho fans. You are chased into a corner by a group of fans. You may hide or proceed with the hugs. We can hide, -1 heroism, +1 time, or hug. We gain a, I forget what it's called. We gain this token. You are lit up with lipstick stains. Okay. All right, not the greatest, but it is what it is. Okay. So let's put this at the bottom, and let's venture forth. When we travel, we can heal 1 and -2, so that's fine. So we're going to venture forth to this card. Let's get rid of these. Slide these down. Let's roll the peril die twice since it is mountains. That is a hit, of course. And let's roll it another time. Another hit. Oh. Okay, we do have a camp here. We do get draw an event card. The drop tome. You watch a book titled How to Serve Man fall off a wagon in front of you. Based on the title, they must be nice folk. You return the book. Spend 1 coin to gain 1 heroism. Scout, or based on the title, they must be cannibals. You beat them to death with the book. Roll the peril die. In mountains as well. Loot +2. Now our camp here. Let's put our tokens up here. Now our camp here. We have to pay a time. We get -4 exposure, +5 health. If the area is not explored, we have to roll the peril dice twice. So we just have to explore once. So let's do the bottom one. Let's roll the peril dice twice. There's another hit. Thank goodness for that camp. And let's roll it one more time. It is another hit. Already down to 2 health. Loot. So let's roll this. We do get a +2 on this die, which is nice. 6, so 8. It is +1 coin and an epic item. Let's see. Hopefully we can use it. 2 intelligence. We cannot use this. It's another kind of thing. It's like even when you get some of this gear, it's like some of it you just can't even use. Now that's more of the epic items. They need higher requirements. But you know, there's only 3 acts. So I mean, I guess with the Doom phase or the Doomrock. But still, man. You know, you want to be able to use some of the stuff earlier on, I think. Okay, self-reflection device. Use when you have 3 HP or fewer. Gain 1 heroism or shield or, man, I forget what that name of that token is, or stealth. Okay, so we do gain this. Okay, this is at the bottom. Okay, so let's search the area. We have 3 time left. We have 5 silver. Let's just spend 1 to search. Okay, Tavern Brawl, free for all. Wreck the place. Take a damage, and we gain this token, which we already have. Get drunk and watch before passing out. Camp. +2 HP, +2 exposure. Yeah, we're just going to do that one. We're going to gain some exposure, but we're just going to get rid of it with this camp one. Man, the event cards just aren't too great right now. I want some stuff to just give me easy coins and 2 exposure. I do need my little bowl for these exposure tokens. Okay. So we have 2. The area is is explored. I'm sorry, actually it's not explored. Ooh, the area is not... I think explored means there has to be no more of those. I believe so. I just want to double check that. I do just want to check. I think that is the case, though. Explored. On battles, let's see. Exploration bonus. 5. So, what's your fourth? I think so, yeah. Okay, so I don't think we're going to have... Yeah, we're definitely not going to have enough time. Yeah, we're not going to have enough time. Okay. So if we do this camp action, we are going to have to roll 2 peril dice. Ugh. And I don't think there's 3 left. I mean, we could do this to remove 2, but there'd still be 1 left. Oh boy. Not like this. If starting a battle on this area, if it is explored, heroes gain 1 shield for each shield placed on this area. I mean, I guess, so what we could do, we have 2 time left. Each time we travel, we get plus 1 HP and minus 2 exposure. So we could just travel twice, but then we can't do the shop. Well, hold on. We could actually do this. So the bonus for this, the exploration bonus here, is camp. So we could actually do that. So we could travel. 1 travel is plus 1 HP. We'd be up to 5 and remove 2 exposure tokens from each. And then we could explore. And when we do the explore, we get the camp action. Plus 2 HP. That's our last remaining health. And because we were doing the camp action, we can do the level up. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. Okay, alright, well, it is what it is. So let's do that. We traveled, plus 1 HP, minus 2 exposure. And then we are going to explore this, remove this. Secret area discovered. You found something. Enjoy. Add a secret area to the current area. If the top secret area card is scouted, you may discard it first. If there's a secret card in the current area card already, draw a new event instead. Okay, but we're not going to be able to take advantage of this. Hero Forum, Pompous Speech. We have to pay this, or we gain that, and plus 1 shield if you have none. Discard this card. Okay, so we're doing this camp action. Right, let's do the camp action. We get plus 2 HP, and let's level up. So yeah, we're only going to have 1 level up again. Yeah, okay, plus 2 HP, and let's do the level up. So who is going to take it? What exactly do we have here? So Grumbling with the Warrior. You and all adjacent heroes may change any number of your shields to heroism or heroism to shields. Okay. And that can be done in the initiative step. We have our maneuver, melee strike, 5 or 6, deal 3 damage to an adjacent character. Spending a heroism gives plus 1 damage to that. And we have tank, needs 1. Gain 1 shield, and this, I gotta get the name of this. I gotta get the name of it. That's gonna drive me crazy. Provoke. Provoke, okay. Gain a shield and provoke. Heroism gives +1 shield, okay. And Viking, we got Stinky. Attack, deal 2 damage to a character, then deal push to each adjacent character. And we can spend a heroism, ignore 2 armor. And then shield throw, deal 1 exposure to a distant character. Another character in the same group as the target gains a shield. And then lasers here, 5 or 6, deal 2 damage to a character. If the target had shield, you must deal 2 damage to another character in the same group as the target, if possible. And then we can spend a heroism, +1 damage to each target. Okay, alright. So let's give it to... We can move away from people. No, here we can. Let's give it to... He's got 10. Yeah, let's give it to the warrior. Let's give it to the warrior. So let's draw 3. Let's draw 3. Deadly Shadows. Gain stealth and a heroism. Okay. Once per round, you may move to an enemy with an exposure if we spend a heroism. Okay, that's pretty good. Lay on lands. An adjacent hero may restore 1. That hero gains 1 heroism if their HP is 3 or fewer after the restore. Activate this ability again. You may now target the same hero. And come over here. Attack, deal 1 damage to a distant character and move the target adjacent to yourself. Your next combo attack against this enemy deals +2 damage. Whoa, dude. That sounds badass. A distant character, move the target adjacent to yourself, and then the next combo attack. So a combo attack is if you just perform another attack action without it being interrupted. So that could even be like if the Viking would hit and then we hit just with an attack after that, that still counts as a combo. But it does say your next combo attack against this enemy deals +2 damage. Oh man, I love that. We could get rid of these 2 cards to the bottom and draw 2 new cards. We could do that. I mean, both this card is really good too. I think we're gonna do this. This just sounds more fun. Oh, but this, yeah. Because I'm already thinking, oh no, this, yeah. I was already thinking we could probably have some fun with, you know, the get over here, and then Stinky here says, deal 2 damage to a character, then deal push to each adjacent character. So, like, we could use, you know, get over here, or come over here. I'm going to call it get over here. Get over here. Pull them to us, deal 2 damage, then push them away, and then deal get over here again. And I think, you know, we're just bringing them back and forth. I think that could be really cool. But either way, we'll go with this. So we spent the 4. Right, spent the 4. And that was the last... Yeah, that was the last time, I believe. Okay. And this does look like a... What did it give us? Agility? Can we use anything? We got 1 agility here. What's up? We just got an agility. Okay, so we can use this. Okay, very cool. Very cool. And I guess we can actually use this pompous speech. We don't have to pay anything for that. So +1 shield if you have none. And we would gain the... Man, I don't know why I'm struggling so much with that. So let's gain a shield. Provoke. Okay, all right. So I think we are good to go. We are good to go. I guess the shop, we don't have to spend time. We have a coin. Yeah, we don't have to spend any time for that. Yeah, so let's actually just do the shop. We'll just spend the coin for the common item. Use with a consumable item. Okay. Okay. All right. So I guess we won't. Okay. Well, that is that. Let's go into battle. Let's go into battle. And the only person that can use this buzzsaw launcher is the warrior. He's got 1 agility. All right, let's put this back. Let's put this back here. Got that. All right, let's get this out of the way. I think that's good, right? That should be fine. All right. All right, so we got the exploding tomatoes. Interesting. Exploding tomatoes. All right, so let me also grab real quick. I have to grab. I'm going to put these right up here. And if you guys ever see anything that I'm doing wrong, just let me know. Okay, let's get. I got to get a little tray for this. I didn't set that up. All right. Let's get this on here. All of the exposure. All right. All right, so we got this. Let's get our dice. So we have a red, gray, 2 grays, and a yellow here. Over here we got a yellow, another yellow, gray, and a red. Okay. So let's do the setup. Let's get the terrain. See what terrain we're going with. All right, so we have the stool and the tree. Stool and the tree. Tree, stool. All right. There we go. So we'll check those out in 1 second. Okay, so tomatoes, there are 6 minions. They have 4 HP and they have 1. They start with 1 shield. Okay, so let's lay these guys out. So we have. All right. So there are the items, or the minions. These 2 would be for 3 players. These 2 would be for 4. Let's see. I had fun playing Red Dragon Inn one time. Played at like 1 a.m. after. Oh man, yeah, that's rough, dude. All right, let's see. Let's put this up here. Okay. Here, guys. Boom. Okay, so they start with a shield. Hopefully they don't have any. Yeah, they don't have any armor. Okay, unstable biology. One tomato per player is an unstable tomato. It's seen one too many friends thrown at terrible bards. During setup, mark unstable tomatoes by replacing the bottom minion token with a boss marker. Okay, shuffle unstable tomatoes with the standard minions. Then set up the battle. Ugh. Okay, so during setup, mark unstable tomatoes by replacing the bottom minion token with the boss marker. Shuffle unstable tomatoes with the standard minions. Alright, so how are we going to do this? So maybe let's see how I can do this. So let's leave these, let's take these out. So we'll take these two out. We'll put two boss chips, right? During setup, mark unstable tomatoes by replacing the bottom minion tokens with a boss marker. Shuffle unstable tomatoes with the standard minions. Alright, so I'm going to shuffle this up. I'm trying to think about how best to do this. I didn't see. I'm going to try to just put them under the chips. I gotta like look. Okay. This is good. This is working. This is working. Okay. Alright. So there we go. Alright, so there. Shuffled in. When a tomato is at full HP, heroes may not inspect its tokens. Alright. We can spend a stealth to inspect a tomato's markers, even if it's at full HP. Ferment. If an unstable tomato is defeated, resolve the explode effect below. When a tomato explodes, it deals 1 damage to each adjacent character. Characters are bad guys as well. To each not engaged hero. A hero not adjacent to an enemy. Okay. Alright, so we are going to try to be, when one explodes, we're going to try to be engaged, but in a different group. Alright, so let's also get the cards. Behavior cards. So we get queen, 3 2s, an ace, there's another 2, and a joker. We need one more 2, there it is. Alright, so 3 2s, ace, queen, and a joker. Okay. Alright. And then let's talk about the stool and the tree. So the tree, you may move to this terrain, unusable if surrounded. Throw an acorn. Use only if adjacent to this terrain. Deal 2 exposure to a character. And we can activate that with a 3 or a 4. And it is initiative enabled. So we can use that before they go. If we don't use it, Reckless Leap, move to this terrain and draw and resolve an activation card. Okay. And the stool, we can use any die. You may move to this terrain, unusable if surrounded. Taunt, use only if adjacent to this terrain. Gain Provoke. Throw, move to this terrain. Attack, deal 2 damage to a distant highest threat. Oh, man. Oh, that's rough. Move this terrain to the highest threat hero and flip it. Okay. All right. So we definitely want to activate this one. Yeah, we definitely want to do this one. Okay, let's set this over here. Let's do this. Okay, so they have 4 health. They don't have any armor, but they do start with a shield. And we do have to remember, we can spend a stealth token to inspect which one is the boss. And I would imagine, let's see, is there something that says about the... Oh, those two are the unstable. Okay, okay. So not every one is the... Okay, gotcha. Okay, so there's only two unstable. And we can spend that to check which ones they are. Okay, so the number 2, there's 3 of these cards. If not engaged, move to the activating hero. Bite, deal 1 damage to adjacent. Okay, that's not bad. If not engaged, this is the queen. Move to the lowest threat hero. Deal 1 damage to an adjacent lowest threat hero. And deal 1 exposure after the attack. The ace here, if engaged, move to an empty group. Deal 1 exposure to each hero. And then spit, deal 1 damage to the activating hero. And then the joker, if not engaged, move to the highest threat hero. Deal 2 exposure to each adjacent hero. And high pressure, if this tomato has 2 HP or less, resolve the explode effect from the battle sheet. Oof. Okay. Alright, so if not engaged, they're going to move. If not engaged, move. Deal 1 to adjacent. Okay, so these two are just move to and deal damage. Deal 1 exposure. And deal 1. Okay. And then this one is deal 2 exposure to each adjacent hero. So I guess we still want to try to not end in their group just in case we draw the joker. All right. I think we are good. Ready to rock. So, and we are at full HP, no exposure tokens. And we do have this item. And again, this item says use with your ranged precision attack. Oh, here's his precision attack. This is melee precision. Oh, but it says used with your ranged / precision. So this is a melee / precision. Oh. Alright, well that's useless. I can't even use it. Okay, let's roll. Let's roll. There we go. I'm going to start with the warrior here. Okay, alright. So we got a 6. We can activate melee strike. Deal 3 damage to an adjacent character. We did get a 3. We could do the maneuver. We did get a 5 too with get over here. We didn't get a 1 for the tank, but we do have 2 shield already and 1 heroism. And we do have to think about this. That we have more dice with the warrior than we do with the Viking. So again, we did say we want to try to activate this. If we don't activate this, again, move to this terrain and draw and resolve an activation card. So they're going to get to go 1 more time. How many are activating? 2 per hero. So I think we're going to do melee strike. Let's get some movement. Put the 6 on there. I think we might put this on get over here. What's cool about this too, it is initiative enabled, so we can do that before they even go. So if we put 1 here, then we do melee strike. Your next combo attack against this enemy deals +2. That's basically dealing 5. If we use get over here and then do melee strike. But I guess we won't be. Yeah, okay. I think we go with this. And we reroll these. 5 and a 2. I think we're going to hold off trying to get tank. We already have 2 shield tokens. So that's fine. maybe we put the 5 on here. I guess no, we'll re-roll one more time to try to have a higher chance to roll a 3 or 4. There's a 3. And maybe we don't activate Grumbling, so then we'll just take an exposure. I guess we could do, yeah, let's do that. So let's put the 3 and let's put the 2 here. Okay, let's roll for the Viking. Okay. So we did get a 3. I think we're going to try to activate that. We could gain deal 1 exposure to a distant character. That's pretty good. We did get a 6. Yeah, let's do lasers. I want to try to activate this. So maybe we do maneuver. I mean, we could do ranged on this, right? Deal 2 damage to a character. So even if we're not adjacent to somebody, we can still at least attack. So maneuver isn't as high of a priority as it is with the warrior. And I do have to activate this. So what else do I want to do? I think this card and this, even though shield throw is pretty good. But it does say another character in the same group as the target gains a shield. So that would give another shield to... Yes, okay, so let's do that. Let's do maneuver. And we're just going to activate it like this. Okay, I think that's good. We'll just roll with this. Okay, initiative enabled. Is there anything that we want to do? Not this one. I don't have this activated. I could do this. Deal 1 damage to a distant character and move the target adjacent to yourself. I think we're going to wait for this. And then over here, no, nothing. Okay. Greg, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? Steven Jones. Hello, my friends. Slap hands. What's up, bro? How's it going, man? Okay, so let's activate them. So let's see what they got. So we're going to start with, let's get our activation tokens out here. And we both have provoke from the adventure phase. So we can choose, who are we going with? We both have 2 shields. Let's go with the Viking. So the Viking's going to go. Let's choose this one. Okay, it is a 2. If not engaged, move to the priority hero, or the activating hero. Deal 1 damage to adjacent. Okay, let's get rid of this. Get rid of the shield. Okay, that's that. Next one is... Let's just activate this one. Okay, let's draw. It is the ace. If engaged, move to an empty group. Deal 1 exposure to each hero. Okay, exposure. And deal 1 damage to activating heroes. So let's see. It is a round 3. So we are on round 1. So this is not going to hit us. Put that off to the side. It is round 1. Okay, those were the 2 for him. Let's go to... So we know the ace is gone. Let's activate this guy right here. This is for the warrior. We got a 2. If not engaged, move to the activating hero. Deal 1 damage. It is a hit, so we're going to remove 2 shield. Get rid of this. Okay, and then last one, let's just go with this guy. It is the queen. So we got, if not engaged, move to the lowest. We are just going to say because they can move to the lowest initiative hero, but we both have provoke, so we're both technically tied. So we're gonna choose, and then deal 1 damage to the so deal 1 damage and deal 1 exposure after the attack. All right. Okay. So those were the 2 activations. Our turn. So here's what we could do with the lasers. So we could deal 2 damage to a character. Could attack this guy. It says if the target has a shield, which it does, you must deal 2 damage to another character in the same group as the target if possible. We could spend 1 heroism token to deal +1 to each target, whereas normally this would be just +1 damage added, but this is going to add +1 to each target. I do like that a lot, so I think that's what we're going to do here. So let's do lasers on this guy. So we're going to spend this. Yeah, so let's, and then we can line it up with Stinky. So we can line it up with Stanky. Okay, so let's deal 2 damage to a character. Doesn't say it has to be a distant character, so we're dealing 2 damage to this one. We added this, so we're actually dealing 3 damage. So we get rid of this, we deal 2 more damage. All right. And then we must, if the target had a shield, you must deal 2 damage to another character, but since we spent the heroism, that character also gets dealt 3 damage. So we get rid of the shield, soaks up 1, and then remove 1 chip, which is 2 health each. Okay, spent that. And none of these are the exploding. But we do know, based on this deck, there is a 2 and a joker. Okay, alright. So maybe we can try to activate these guys again since we know. Oh, but we'll have to activate the... Yeah, okay. So let's do this. I think we deal 3 damage to an adjacent character. Let's do this. 3 damage, then we can see... Yeah. So let's spend this. And we did this as well. 3 damage to an adjacent character. Or did I want to do the... get over here first? Because if we do get over here... Yeah, we could actually do that. So we could do get over here. And we could actually take 1 out. Yeah, I think we do that. So let's deal 1 to a distant character. Okay. And move the target adjacent to yourself. Your next combo attack against this enemy deals +2. So this could be an exploding tomato already, but you know, fuck it, let's do it. So we spend it. Deal 3 damage to an adjacent character. Since it is a combo attack against that, we're dealing 5 now. Your next combo attack against this enemy deals +2, so we're dealing 3, so we're dealing 5. Let's see. Okay, it's not. We dodged a bullet. So we did 5 damage. I only had 4 health left. Okay, all right. We could actually, maybe we move ourselves over to here, and we can use this. Deal 2 exposure to a character. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Spend that. Let's move over to this terrain. Let's use this. Flip it. Let us know it's been used. Deal 2 exposure to a character. We're throwing an acorn. I got a bad feeling about this guy. 2 exposure. Got a bad feeling about that guy right there. Okay, let's go back over to here. Let's spend this. Attack, deal 2 damage to a character. Let's deal 2 damage. Then deal push to each adjacent character. Alright. And then I think we can even move over to here. Steve, what's up, man? How's it going, brother? Steve, weren't you streaming tonight? Did you already wrap up? I know you were doing your like top 2024 games you're looking forward to or something like that. Did you already wrap that up? Unusable if surrounded. Okay, so we can still use this. Surrounded just means there's double the amount of enemies as there are of you. So it doesn't say unusable if engaged. It says unusable if surrounded. Baron, what's up, dude? I'm glad I was able to catch the stream. Sorry I'm late. Dude, you're good. You are good. We're throwing acorns. We're having a good old time. We got some stinky breath over here. Got some garlic breath. We got some grumbling. We're going on tirades. Doing some cool stuff, man. Yeah, wrapped up my most anticipated list. Okay, cool. I'm going to check that out. Curious to see what you got on the list. Okay, so let's use this. Use only if adjacent. But we already have. Okay, so let's not do that. We already have this token. So I think instead what we're going to do, we're just going to spend this and we're going to gain a heroism token. Let's go. And then this one is you and all adjacent heroes may change any number of your shields to heroism tokens or vice versa. Okay, so that's all we got for that. Let's go to round 2. Let's clear these. And let's flip this. Let's roll. Let's roll. Let's get rid of these tokens. Okay, let's start with the warrior first. Okay, we got a 6. Melee strike, yes. 4 and or 5s. Use the scorpions, get over here. Let's activate that. I do think I want some more movement. And we have to activate the terrain again as well. We don't have any shields, though. I might actually want to do this. Tank. So maybe we take another exposure. We don't have any exposures. I think so. Because this guy's going to go... Yeah, let's do this. And let's put this on here. Okay, let's go with the Viking. I'm re-rolling all of these. 3. Last re-roll. Come on, baby. All right, there's a 5. I'll put this here and this here. Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, man. Doing some cool stuff. Yeah, this game is full of like those little jokes. It's cool, man. It's cool. All right, I think we're good. We got the rolls now. What do we want to do? Initiative enabled. So we're definitely going to spend this one. Let's gain a shield. And let's gain the provoke. Sweet. And what else we can do get over here. We could actually already take this guy out. It's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. Oh, snap. Did I not do this? Yeah, I guess I didn't. Yeah. Okay. So I do have an exposure. Do we want to take this guy out? No, let's leave him in. Let's leave him in. Because maybe we can line this up the same attack we did last time and just basically wipe out an enemy. But we know one of the, or two of these three are the exploding tomatoes. So we just got to watch out for that. Okay, all right. So let's activate. We are going to start with the warrior, since he has the provoke. All right, so let's go. All right, it is the Joker. If not engaged, oh, we didn't choose. If not engaged, move to the highest. Okay, so we're going over here. Deal 2 exposure to each adjacent hero. Two exposure. If this tomato has 2 HP or less, resolve the explode effect from the battle sheet. Okay, alright. When a tomato explodes, it deals 1 damage. Okay, so it explodes because it has 2 or less HP. It explodes, dealing 1, 2, 3 damage. There's 2 2s, and we are in round 2, so 3 damage. We do have a shield, so we're getting dealt 2 damage. But it did explode, and the Joker is out of here for now. All right, next one. Let's choose first. Let's go with this guy. And it is the 2. If not engaged, move to the activating hero. Deal 1 damage. All right, so we lose this. Okay. Over at the Viking, let's shuffle these up. All right, so Warrior's getting a little low. It's getting a little low, but he can do some serious damage, so I'm not too worried. All right, so let's go with the Viking. Let's choose first. I guess there's only 2 guys that haven't been activated. Let's go with this guy. It is the Ace. If engaged, move to an empty group. Deal 1 exposure to each hero. All right. And then deal 1 damage to the activating hero. So 1, 2, 3. Come on, man. Come on, man. God, all right, last one. Okay, but he is at full health. So if not engaged, move to the highest threat, which is the warrior. Still with the provoke. Deal 2 exposure to each adjacent hero. Ooh, warrior's about to get banged up. Not before he deals some blows, though. If this tomato has 2 HP or less, resolve the explode. It does not. It has 4. All right. All right. Now it's on us. It's on us. Oh, okay, so we have Get Over here. Deal 3 damage. We can move away as well. Unusable if surrounded. We are now surrounded. There's 2 to 1. Can we push away first? I don't think we can. We could. I guess we could move over. Not surrounded anymore, since it'd be 2 heroes to 2 minions. We could do that. Deal 2 exposure to a character. So we could move over with the Viking. We're not surrounded. We could attack and then actually push them away and then do this. That might be good, and then we can use Get Over here. I actually kind of like that. And then what we could also do is we could use lasers now. So deal 2 damage to a character. We could attack either one of these guys. If the target has a shield, which it does, you must deal 2 damage. We do have another heroism token, so we could spend this dealing 3 damage each. Yeah, I think that's the play. And then we see kind of where they are. 3 damage is not going to kill them either. It might actually kill this guy since he has this exposure. And it could explode. If it explodes, The warrior might be dead, but Viking will live on. So let's do that. Let's just start there. So let's go with let's do lasers. Well, target this guy. We will spend this. So deal 2 damage to a character. See, is 2. It's going to deal push, and that is a 3, so it's not going to deal the damage. So we are dealing 3 damage. 1 gets soaked up, and remove 2 health. That is the exploding tomato. If the target had a shield, you must deal 2 damage, but we know that we're dealing 3. 1 gets soaked up, and we're dealing 2 to this guy. So this is the last exploding tomato. And this guy was dealt push after. Okay. All right. All right. So if the unstable tomato is defeated, resolve the explode. When it explodes, it deals 1 to each adjacent character. So I'm thinking, oh, I guess we only have 3 health here as well. So I was thinking about just running in with the Viking. Yeah. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do... So we could actually, let's see. We could move over to here. Oh, this is close. Oh, this is close. Can I win right here? Can I win right here? If I spend this to move over, I can use come over here. Boom. I don't think I can win. I think I can get it down to 1 enemy left. So I have deal 2 damage to a character, then deal push to each adjacent character. We have 3 damage. We can move. We can use the tree to deal 2 exposure. And we have deal 1 damage to a distant character and move the target adjacent to yourself. Man, if only I had 2 dice on here, I could have moved both of these guys adjacent. They're all in the group. I could have dealt 2 damage to everybody. I could have won right there. They both would have exploded, but I would have taken 1 damage each. So how else can I line this up? I can at least take out 2. I can't take this guy out from range. I only have 3 health. That's the problem I'm thinking about. And then plus, I have 3 exposure tokens here. I guess what I could do, I could use this now. 2 exposure here. I think we start there. Yeah, let's start there. So let's spend this. Do you win? Yeah, I think that's like the easy rule. You know, there is a mode for that. Yeah. You just roll all the dice. You win. You win. I'm sure if I roll all of those dice, I still won't be able to put them on some cards. Something would happen. That's funny though, dude. I do like the dice. They are the smaller dice. I think if I was going to use these regular dice, I would probably swap them out for like slightly bigger reds instead of using these, but these are like the specialty dice, so you got to use these. I don't mind them being that small. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm trying to think about the game and plus respond to your comment. Okay. All right, so let's just start there. Let's deal the 2 exposure. We spent that, right? I don't think we can win right here, but it's close. It's close. 2 exposure. Now the thing is, do we just pull this guy over? Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that. Let's just pull this guy over. Yeah, okay, let's start there. Let's deal 1 damage. It's 1, 2, 3. 3 damage. So 1 soaked up by the shield. Remove this. That is the last exploding. And move the target adjacent to yourself. Okay. Your next combo attack against this enemy deals 2. To each adjacent character, it deals 1 damage. So, do I just want to take out this guy? I think so. I think so. Let's do that. Let's take out this guy. And I think we do have this deal 2 damage to a character, then deal push. So we can go over here, we can deal the 2 damage. It would explode, but this does say to each adjacent character, so we would take a damage. And to each not engaged hero, but this guy is engaged. Yeah, let's just go do that. Let's just go take him out. So we'll move over with the Viking. And we will do this. Deal 2 damage. Explodes. We're dealing 1 damage to us. We're down to 2. But only 1 enemy left. And we do have move here. Yeah, that's not going to do anything for us. I think so. Instead, we just spend this. Spend that and gain a heroism token. Okay. All right, let's see if the warrior dies here. So let's get rid of this. Round 3. All right. Where's my other die? 2 yellows. There we go. All right, let's start with the warrior. Now we can get a shield here, so we definitely want a 1. Got 5. Boom. Another 5 we could do on that, just in case. We got a 3. 4. He's going to be dead already, so we don't have to worry about the terrain anymore. There's a 1 and 5. We'll just put that on there. Okay, well, let's see. Can spend this for a shield, which we are going to do. Gain a shield. Three. I want to try to get some movement. I guess we can shoot him from distance, so let's roll all of this again. There's a 6. Let's roll one more time. There's another 6. Yeah, let's put that on there. Okay. All right, so we don't gain exposure. Let's see. Initiative enable. We are going to spend this to gain a shield. And provoke. And we are going to... It says we can spend heroism tokens to gain an additional shield. Let's spend 2. I guess I could have just flipped them to gain 2 more shields. All right, that should be good. Oh, and you know what? Oh, shit. I guess we should have tried... Yeah, you know what? I should have read that before. So I can deal 1 damage. Oh, to a distant character. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, I think that is good to go. All right, let's see. So activating this guy. There's only one, so we're only going to activate one here. We're going with the warrior. It is a 2, if not engaged, but it is. Deal 1 damage. So 1, push, push, push. Wow. So we're dealing 1 damage. No kidding. 1 damage, and we are going to be pushed away. Okay, and that was only minion, but we still have to activate for the Vikings. So let's see what they got. Another 2. If not engaged, move to the activating hero. Deal 1 damage. All right. And that's all she wrote. So then we can just do this. Deal 2 damage to a character. And we're just going to deal 2 damage to this guy. So we would deal 2 damage. It would explode, dealing 1 damage here and 1 damage here because we're not in a group. We're not engaged. All right, so I think that's it. That is, I'm calling that a win. It seems good. Yeah, okay. That's a win. That is a win. Okay, so obviously better than last time. One on round 3. Could have been some stuff that I missed. If there is, apologies, but you know it's just how it goes sometimes. I do think I don't think there's too much though that we missed. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Yo, Drew, what's good, dude? I feel like I haven't had a chance to catch a live stream in a minute. I know, John. What's up, brother? Never heard of Assault on Doomrock. How's it going? Oh, just catching the... yeah, man. Well, you know, I've played the game quite a few times now. I've gone through the motions, so I have a decent understanding of it. There's not a lot to know for the game. There's just, you know, there's a few things that you have to pay attention to, but you know, once you kind of get the gist, the game can kind of flow pretty well. Oh, excuse me. So, I do think this is eventually going to be, you know, an hour per act, and there's 3 acts. So, you know, I think that's kind of what I can get it down to, and I think that's kind of what the playthrough was. About 30 minutes shuffling, just talking. But I do like the game. We started last playthrough I did. We only had 2 starting silver, no tokens to start with, and my whole thing that I said at the end of that playthrough was I like the mechanics. I like the actions a lot, both in the adventure phase where we're going around the different area cards, exploring, buying new items, leveling up and stuff like that. I do like that aspect, and then there's the battle phase. So there's 2 phases. I do like the battle phase as well. I think it's cool picking which cards you're going to activate, rolling dice. I love rolling dice, obviously. And there's not too much. You know, it's a smaller board. There's just being in a group, so you're adjacent, or being, you know, not in a group. So I do really like these actions. My whole thing, though, was that I want to do these things more. It just felt very limited, you know, during that adventure phase. The item stack, again, the item deck is so big, and I just feel like, at least in Act 1, it could be different in Act 2, but I just feel like you're not going through this deck as much as I would like to. I'm not getting items as much as I would like to. Most of the time during the adventure phase, I'm just trying to get enough coins so that I can level up each character. Because right when they level up, you get a new ability, which is strong. Plus you get 1 additional die when you get that ability card. So you're rolling more dice to have higher chances to activate some of your cards to get the results you need. But it just feels like I'm not getting the items. Both playthroughs, I only had 1 character level up. So I want to be able to do those cool things more. That's my whole thing. So I made a change this time. So instead of 2 starting coin and no starting tokens, to give 4 starting coins and a shield and a heroism token to try to help out a little bit. I'm trying to find that sweet spot on I at least want both characters leveled up by 1 level, so each rolling 5 dice, and like an item or two per character that I can actually use, because that was the whole thing. We got this item, right? And at first we didn't even have 1 agility. We had 2 strength, and then over here we had a strength and an intelligence. So we couldn't even use this. Sure enough, luckily, we got a card that gave us an agility. Now we can use this card. Now the problem is we need to use it with a ranged precision attack. We don't even have a ranged precision attack. So that's kind of how limited I feel like the items are. But when they're, useful, they're like really useful. But I just find that I'm not able to use them that much. And plus with being this big of a deck, it's like, man, I should be kind of like getting items every single time. And the epic items are, even worse as far as the requirements needed. So in order to fight against that, I'm trying to make some changes. I don't think it's 4 coins. I mean, but in some playthroughs, like probably the second time I played the game in the whole, when I was testing out, I only started with 2 silver, but I ended the adventure phase with 8 coins. So 4 coins apiece to level up each character. That's just kind of how that adventure phase worked. So each adventure phase, each time is going to be different. I totally get that. But I still think at the end of that, I should still have both characters leveled up and then have an item or two. I just think that's, it's just funner that way. Again, I like doing that sort of stuff. I want to be able to use this stuff more. Not just have these 2 decks sitting idle and barely even scratching the surface of what I can do with these things. That's my whole thing. So I don't think it's 4 coins, even though other times I play, even if I start with 4, I could end with like 12 coins. I get it. But, so I think it's going to be, I know there was like a suggestion, I think, for like an easier or first starting games of like 7 coins. I think I'm going to try that the next time. Or like I said, there was somebody that made a comment on the last video. Again, I apologize if I forgot the name. But double the amount of time. I actually think that could be really cool too. But, that would drag out the adventure phase a little bit longer. But I like the adventure phase. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know. So I'm still trying to find that sweet spot. But overall, I like the mechanics. So I am perfectly fine tweaking the game to actually get to that point. Still a great game. I still really enjoy it. By the way, finally got Unbreakable and finally got Uprising to the table. What's up, John? Both have been pretty sick so far. Yay. You think? My wife is way in to it. Dude, that's not a problem. Hey, that's good, man. Which I wasn't expecting. That's awesome, brother. Yeah, man. Fantastic game, dude. Fantastic game. I'm actually going to be playing a game with Steve from Co-op Guild next Wednesday. TTS version, so that's going to be really cool. That's actually going to be my first Uprising game of the year. I'm really looking forward to that. That's so cool, though, dude. I'm happy for you, man. I am. But yeah, and also I do think the Exploding Tomatoes, I think they were a little bit easier than the Shadows we played last time. And it actually worked out really well with the lasers. I don't think the Shadows started with any shields, but these Exploding Tomatoes did, and we could really take... the lasers really came in handy because they needed enemies with shield in order to get that bonus damage. But yeah, so I think I'm going to start with 7 or maybe even 8 silver. So then we can definitely, level up both even from the start. So we don't necessarily have to worry about that, and we can actually just spend the additional coins to get some items. I think that's the way to go. Okay, so I'm going to start with 8. I'm going to double the amount of silver. I'm still going to start with 1 shield and a heroism token. I think that's the way to go. Because again, I mean, it's not, even with 8 coins, if you only got, let's just pretend for a second, because in this one, what did I get? I only got what, maybe 2 more silver in this whole adventure phase. So let's pretend it actually goes that way even when you start with 8 silver. Okay, so you got 10. 8 is already used up by a level per character. So you got 2 coins to start with. Okay, well that's probably only going to be 2 common items. And you might not even find a common item that you can actually use. So, and then other times, okay, let's pretend you actually get a lot more silver. Let's pretend you get 6 more silver. So 8 of that is dedicated to leveling up again. So you got 6 silver to play with. Well, again, you might not find common items that you can actually use. You're only going to level up once, so the epic items are pretty much out in Act 1 unless you get lucky and find something cool that you can use. But even with 6 silver, you might not be able to buy that much stuff that you can actually use. Or if you do, cool, you just actually had a really good adventure phase, and I think that's perfectly. I like the thought of actually having that as an option. And then other times, hey, I was only able to level up each once, and I didn't get any items. But that's just how the adventure phase worked. I like that option, that possibility. Yeah. So okay, well, good game. Again, had fun. I have been liking this one. It is fun, and I think again, as you saw, Act One, which actually feels like a full session. It's a whole adventure phase. It's a whole battle, which can take a decently long time. It feels like a full session, and there are multiple acts of this. So really cool, and and it only took probably about an hour, hour 10, hour 20, something like that. I think that's great. That's a great amount of time to actually feel like you got a full game. And then what you can do is after this, since we won, we can continue on to Act 2, getting more items. Now we're kind of, leveled up. Now everything else that we get from now on, that's even added to this so we get stronger and stuff like that. So yeah, so 8 coins to start next time, heroism token, and a shield. And yeah, we'll give it a shot. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have another playthrough of this anytime soon, but eventually I will. There's a lot more things to get to. And then plus, like I said, if in case you missed it, I did bust out Frosthaven again. I got out all the stuff. I set up the starting scenario just to try to learn the game. So that is coming. It's not going to be next week. It's going to be the week after. That's the goal. So some Frosthaven is coming to the channel. Finally. Finally. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff to get to. Also got a Euthia, the new Euthia stuff. Got a shipping notification. Mythic Battles Ragnarok is due anytime soon. I thought there was another one coming. Tainted Grail Kings of Ruin. I know that was set to shipping status. That's probably, almost in the States. So there's a lot of stuff coming. A lot of stuff. So a lot of cool stuff coming to the channel. More lists, more top 10s. So yeah. But with that being said, John, I'm glad you were able to catch the stream. Feels like it's been a while, like you said, man. Good chatting with you. Frosthaven, hell yeah, brother. Yeah, man. Rufus, you should get out yours. We can play along. We both got to get out Frosthaven, man. We got to get some of these things played. We have to, man. That's our 2024 goal, man. Yeah, I didn't get any insert. Now, there is an insert in there. But again, at some point, these boxes are so big and deep that it's like, even if you have like an insert, you're still digging forever. Now, I do have a lot of the tokens, not the tokens, I'm sorry. The enemies, I put those in a plano box. So it's another big plano box like I use for Gloomhaven. I have them all separated in the plano box. There's a ton. And I don't even think all of them fit there. But, there is an insert, like you can put the corridors, the doors, the terrain effects. There is a tray for that. And they did provide also a tray for the tokens, like the damage tokens, other markers, and stuff like that. So the insert is good, but it's still, there's so much stuff in there. I do feel like even getting a better insert would still be a good investment to get it played more. Yeah, dude, it's needed. But the problem with that is that the Plano can't go back in the box. That's the only problem, you know. So it just takes up more space. That's my only problem. Some games they have enough space that you can put those Plano boxes inside of the box, but most of the time it's not. Like now, that's the whole thing. I could probably fill a cube with Plano boxes that are sit outside of game boxes with just tokens. Conan, Nemesis, now Frosthaven, Gloomhaven. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Jason, thank you for the playthrough. Jason, thank you so much. I'm excited for you to get yours, man. I hope you enjoy it. Again, feel free to make those changes to make your experience better. There's nothing wrong with it, man. The game is still hard, but you know the mechanics are really cool. They're solid. I do like it. So yeah, we'll call it there. We'll wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much. Friday, Marvel Zombies Clash of Sinister 6. Video is already up, so go over there, click the notify button so you don't miss it, and I will catch you guys then. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your night, and peace out.